If the number of emails in your inbox is totally overwhelming you, this video is going to help you automate your email responses. We won't be using Make, we won't be using Zapier, we won't be using N8N. We're going to be using Google's newest feature, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. In case we haven't met yet, my name is Brittany Long. I'm the CEO and founder of Impact Driven AI, a global AI education company. We give practical AI education built on best practices. I'm a former award-winning educator, and we serve women all over the world. Our goal is to help 1 million women make money and save time with AI by 2030. Now we'll get into the nitty-gritty of how to actually do this in a second, but first, why would you want to automate your email responses? First, if you like money, more people are willing to buy if you are able to respond faster. In a world where people can get instant results, if you're able to get responses out faster, of course, that's going to make it easier for them to buy from you. So if that matters to you because you're running a business, then obviously that's one reason. Another reason is for those of you who feel overloaded, you have a heavy mental load, there's a lot going on in your business, your life. Every time those emails come in, it's great because it's helping with your deliverability. It's helping with, people finding out what questions that people have. But the problem is that it adds to the weight that you already have on your shoulders. And then if you have a team that you're working with, that's also money that, you're going to be spending on it. So it just kind of adds to that pressure. So by alleviating some of the pressure, by having AI answer some of the emails for you, even if it's a draft email, it can be incredibly helpful. Now, what kind of responses can you automate with this tool I'm about to show you? You can automate customer service emails. You can automate email replies where people are asking the same questions again and again. You can answer questions for your team. You can answer questions when people email you for summits or interviews. All right, let's go ahead and get started with it. The first thing we're going to want is access to Google Workflows. Now, if you have a Google Workspace account, you can access this, but you probably won't see it right away. Let me show you how to get to it. You'll know that you have access to it when you see this in your email. If I hover over it, you can see it says flows. To get access to it, you're going to go to workspace.google.com, then click admin console and log in. Then on the left-hand side, you're going to look for generative AI. Open that little caret up. And now you're going to go to Gemini for Workspace. You'll see something that says Alpha Gemini features. We want that to be turned on. It's likely that it's not on automatically, and so you'll need to turn it on. To do that, you'll click where it says Alpha Gemini features. And then once you click that, it's going to open up and say Alpha features. We want to take it from the toggle and turn it to on. Scroll down and click Save. You might have to refresh a few times, but when this shows up in your email, for that same Workspace account, that's how you know it's ready to go. Once that happens, you can go to flows.workspace.google.com and just make sure you're logged into the one you just added that alpha feature to. Here you'll see it says describe a task for Gemini. Basically, you can tell it what you want it to do and then click create. This is similar to how Make and Zapier give you the option to describe what you want and it'll create it for you. Instead of going in and learning Make and Zapier and N8N and all of these other tools, you can just do it here. Now let's see an example of some of the ones that you can do. Here you can have it notify you about emails from key people. You can get a daily summary of your unread emails. These are just templates that it's already basically created for you and you can set up pretty quickly. You can also have it notify you about messages with a keyword. So let's say that you want to personally respond to everybody who replies yes to an email. It's going to let you know about those. It can also notify you about urgent emails that you're receiving. And you see it can help with better meetings, tasks and action items, connects with Asana, Google Forms, notifies the team when a new form is filled out, things like that. So there's a lot that you can do with this. But let's say that we want it to reply to our emails for us. So here's one that I want to start with. Create a draft reply to every potential customer asking about our program AI 200K. Thinking like an expert salesperson, write an email that is both helpful and guides them in discovering if AI 200K is right for them. Now I'm going to click Create. It's going to think for a second, and then it's going to create this agent for me. In a lot of ways, this is going to be a lot like Zapier or Make.com or even N8N because it's going to start with a trigger. Basically, that means that this is what causes the rest of the things to happen. If it was an if-then statement, the if would be that trigger. So here, the first step is when I get an email and it has the words AI 200K. Then it's going to ask Gemini, and it's going to act like a sales representative, draft a personalized email reply. It's going to acknowledge their interests briefly and engage and describe the core value proposition of the program, directly address any specific questions, and so on. Then if we go down here, we can see sources Gemini can use. If we click here, that means that it's going to review what's on the web. So that might mean the AI 200K sales page, what's in my workspace, and then any connected apps. Now down here below, you can see it says the plus sign and then variables. Now let's go through this in a little bit more depth. Back at step 1, we had that the email was from anyone, and it has the words AI 200K. It doesn't have my email in here. And if we go down, you can see that we can specify other things about it. So it might have an important label or personal label. Now if we go down to actions, you see we can always add a step if we want. And to do that, I click the plus sign down here. If you have a gem, which is like a GPT, you can ask it a question. If I had a salesperson GPT for AI 200K, I would probably have it ask this gem before doing the draft reply. If I want to add another step, I can click choose step, and then there's all those steps that we can choose from. When I'm ready, I can click test run, and that's going to have it run through here. When I'm ready, I can click start. It's going to review the email, ask Gemini how to reply, and then it's going to create a response. Now, when we turn this on, this would be running automatically in the background. This is not something I would really be monitoring other than just checking that draft folder once a day to see the responses. All right, so let's take a look and see what we got here. Hi, Angela. Thanks so much for reaching out. I'm glad Cindy was able to confirm some of the details for you. Okay, and you can see it's asking questions like an expert salesperson would, and then it creates a draft reply. So now I can go into my email account, look here for the draft reply, and just like that, you can see now it's in our drafts. All right, now if you found that helpful, you'll love AI 200K. We do trainings like this all the time to help you stay on top of the things in AI that are most important for your business. My name is Brittany Long. Hope to see you in there.